Hi guys, how are y'all doing? Okay, so I'm back with possibly the last chapter of my healing journey from a stroke. Okay, so I've come home. By the way, they did throw me a welcome home party, and I cried because that was so sweet. My baby sister put it together for me. Like I say, she was only in junior high when I came home. So at this point, I've completed physical therapy and everything. I'm home and I had to continue my rehab, physical, physical, speech, and occupational therapy. So now comes another realization fact. I'm blessed to be here, very blessed, so blessed. And God, I thank you. And I thank you, Mama, for bringing me home to be with my family, to be with my loved ones. That is what is most important. They took me back home. They brought me back home with loving and open arms, and I thank them for that. So, this journey, this part of the journey, it's gonna, it's gonna be, it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you right in the face. You're gonna have to be willing to accept what has happened to you. Like I say, for me, the seizure condition, the seizure disorder, you know, newly acquired. And there are a couple of other things that I I'm not good at, put it like that. And I have to work harder than the next person to prove myself. And I have no problem with that. There are deficits that I have. And so I try to go above and beyond whatever it is I'm doing to let people not see it. I know that it exists. My family knows that it exists. But I just have to strive harder than the next person. It's almost like you being the new person on the job and you're having to work harder to prove yourself. But you're only proving yourself to guess what? You, not nobody else, to you. To show that hey, yes, I can do it. But it's harsh reality. So you're gonna have to face what has happened to you. And I want you to keep a positive mind frame about everything. You can overcome any obstacles. Like I said, I had to learn how to walk again, dress myself again, feed myself again, learn things, Um, Sometimes my mind was a battle of confusion. I couldn't grasp things right off. And like when it came to watching TV, I felt like I was staring at it instead of staring at a blank wall. I really did. I couldn't internalize things right off. And it was frustrating. That's why I said I slipped into a depression. Yes, I did. So you're going to have to accept what has happened to you. Don't wallow in pity. Please don't. Please don't. Like I said, I did, and it's normal. It's going to be normal. But I quickly came out of it when I realized that family was sacrificing their time, taking off from work to take me 4 hours away for basically a 30-minute session. And I left upset because I was so happy with the homework assignment and thinking I'm finna sit down and talk to this doctor about this, and the other, and I didn't. So please accept what has happened to you. Do your best to make the best of the situation because guess what? You could not be here. And I'm thankful to be here. Like I said, I'm having to work harder than the next person to prove myself, but you know what? It's for to me. So please keep a positive mindset about everything. I don't want you wallowing in pity. Oh well, I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I hadn't done that. Guess what? It's done. I had to accept I had to accept it. And something else has come up. God has given you grace. allow yourself, put like this, forgive yourself. I had to learn that. It took me, it took me, it took me, it took me a, it took me a couple of years. It took me a couple of, it may have been 5 years. I had to learn to forgive myself. And at that point, the burden came off. Whatever was on me came off. But guess what? I had to ask God for forgiveness for disobeying Him, for not allowing Him into my life and following Him. Because had I had that relationship with Him, this may not have happened to me, but God knows what's best for us. God is an all-knowing God. So give yourself grace. Forgive yourself and forgive others who have done you wrong. That's the only way you're going to be able to move on. I promise you. If they're no longer around, you can't get in touch with them, they're unaliving, pray to them. Just pray and say, hey, I forgive you for what I allowed you to do to me. Pray to you, forgive yourself, and ask God for his forgiveness, and He will forgive you. But don't be so hard on yourself, because don't go thinking, oh, like I say, I wish I hadn't done it. What's done is done, baby doll. I'm sorry to tell you. What's done is done. Just move forward. Take this day and go forward. Move forward. Don't go backwards. Don't wallow in self-pity. Please don't. Because I did. That's what led me to depression. Because I left home on a good note, and I was grown. There was 23, 24. I left home on a good note. And I said I wasn't coming back home, meaning I was going out there into the world, live my life. If I had to work 2 jobs or a full-time and a part-time job to make it, I did it. But all that time, God had His hand on me, but He was calling me to Him. And I chose to live the life that I wanted to, but that was not what He wanted for me. You understand? I understand that now, but I'm trying to spare you. Your parents are trying to spare you for whatever they see. They can see ahead. God knows what's already ahead for the road that you're on. So please don't sit there and wallow in self-pity. I've cried those tears. I have cried those tears. No one knew, but I know. So, like I say, first, pay attention to your body. Know what's going on with you. Something don't feel right. Don't ignore it. Seek your doctor. Okay. And if you do happen to fall sick and you mess around and think you're depressed and you can't talk to anybody, ask to seek counseling, whether it's your pastor or whatever. I don't care. Seek professional help, okay? Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough, okay? That was what I didn't have. I didn't have the self-respect and the self-love that I needed at that time. But guess what? I have it now. Know what you will and won't tolerate from anybody else, okay? You got to know you. You got to set the standards, and you don't want nothing less than the best for yourself. Please. And like I say, accept what has happened. Keep a positive mind frame for yourself, your kids. Please. Because I don't want you just wondering, woe is me. No, woe ain't me. You're going to overcome this, whatever it is. I could not, like I said, the doctor told my mom that, she's not going to ever walk again. And that could have happened. That very well could have happened. But guess what? That was going to be double stacked against me, because I was going to, a paraplegic? or just not paraplegic. I think that's when you get them cut off. But you know what I'm saying? I could not be walking. I in a wheelchair and everything. And I'm glad that I am walking. You know. So on this note, like I said, that was my journey. That was my life. You know, like I said, God was calling me, and I wanted to live the life that I wanted to, but that was not what He had for me. So I chose to go a different path, you know, and it just didn't work out for me. But I'm not sad now. I'm happy. I'm married, and I have more than I ever have. You understand? I came back home with nothing. I had no money. God made a way for everything to happen, and He's going to do the same for you. So, on this note, I leave you with saying that I love you, and like, share, and comment on this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay? If I think something adjacent to this video from my journey from having my stroke, I'll post another one. Okay, I'm going to have to go back through my notes just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But like I say, peace for now.